Is this stuff on the hanger things you like to wear?
No, it's just randomly on there.
So,
And hello, everybody. I'm sorry I'm late. And as normal, YouTube gets the awkward silence for 20 seconds until I start Facebook, so I can say hello one time, not two times. But yeah, I was actually ready to go right at 6:50. I was just I had to finish a song that I was listening to. It's my favorite song. It's called "Life Is a Road." Well, it's called "Wonderful Journey," actually. But I call it "Life Is a Road," and I want to keep going. What? It's called "Wonderful Journey." That's what it says. Anyway, so I just with that song I had a play. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I did not have a playlist. Okay, I was about to start my live stream and I wanted to listen to a song before the live stream. After that song ended, you know how when you finish a YouTube video, another video pops up, and if you don't click off, it's gonna play that video. That song that randomly played after was another favorite of mine, and I had to finish listening to that before I went live, so that's why I'm a couple minutes late. What?
do you ever wear these?
Almost never. But why are you putting them on the floor? I don't want to get rid of them.
No, the four stuff you said you never wear.
I never wear because there's like holes in them.
Oh.
Sorry, my sister's trying to organize my clothes. Sorry if you want to know who I'm talking to. But yeah, welcome to my live stream, everybody. I hope you have fun tonight. We got some really good, juicy stuff going on. Hook has an encounter with Ariel in the missing year. And you remember because everyone was cursed for an entire. Everyone went to the enchant. Got cursed after a whole year in the enchant forest. So yeah, Hook had an encounter with Ariel. So we'll get to see that firsthand. Then after that, we have a little backstory with how Cora gave up Zelina, how she abandoned her daughter, and then finally by the end of the night, the curse will finally break. As you know, I know this is our second curse. Unlike the first one, that lasted an entire season. This one's not going to last a whole season. Plus, half of it was already taken over by Neverland, so you only have a half a season. Do we really want to see these people still cursed in season 4? I think not. Season 4 means new season, new stuff, right? We don't need to stick to old plots. But yes. So, I guess I'm waiting for 7 o'clock to start the show. I guess while I'm waiting for more people to jump on and tune into my live stream, we'll start the show in 5 minutes, everybody. So, just thought I'd let you know. Well, I guess while we're waiting, so here's what's been happening. We are halfway through this arc, and we're about to start the second half of this arc, right? So from everything we watched so far, you remember? So everyone, went back to the Enchanted Forest for a year. They came back to Storybrooke 1 year later, and before we did that time jump, we decided to watch the Wonderland series. But that's what happened, right? During this year, we found out that the Wicked Witch took over the Evil Queen's castle. They got their castle back. And we found out Zelina and Regina are sisters. Remember that? And then everyone went in Storybrooke, because that's flashback. Storybrooke, we spent a whole episode having Hook trying to get Emma to remember who she is. And, she was almost going to marry a monkey. That was crazy. If a monkey proposes to you and says, "Will you marry me?" Don't say yes. Yeah, flying monkey. That's an interesting marriage. Anyway, yes, I would love to marry a dog. I'm just kidding. No, I was actually just trying to get my sister to laugh. That's embarrassing for the live stream, I know. Okay. Anyway, then we talked, and then when Emma finally got her memories back, she didn't have enough for Henry. This whole time, Henry doesn't remember who he is, remember? And so anyway, Emma's in Storybrooke. She's trying to figure out who cast the curse. It's easy to blame Regina because she's the evil queen. She's done this before, but we all know it's not her, right? And anyway, they try to make a memory potion, but it didn't work. And, they tried to catch the Wicked Witch. That didn't work. And then last week, so that's just been recapping what's happening so far. Last week, what happened was, in flashback, Charming needed to find some courage, kind of like the lion from the Wizard of Oz, right? Charming needed to find some courage, so he took some courage flowers, and as he started eating them, or I can't remember if it was diamonds or flowers, I don't know. I don't know. He got chased up to a tower, where Rapunzel was facing her fear and trying to get courage. Right, she had to learn to defeat herself. Rapunzel. The African American girl, with black long hair. Anyway, so Charming saved Rapunzel. Well, he didn't really save her. This is not the stupid Flynn Rider story here. Rapunzel saves herself, right? And defeats herself. But anyway, Charming takes Rapunzel down the tower, gets her back to her parents. And, his greatest fear was never being a good father because he wasn't one the first time when he gave up Emma, right? So when Snow White announces she's pregnant again, he's trying, he learns through Rapunzel how to be a good father, just like she was learning how to be a good leader. So yeah, I guess it's kind of weird to say this, but Prince Charming was kind of Flynn Rider in that story. But do you know what's weird? He's already married. So obviously Rapunzel has to go get her own prince somewhere. But anyway, in the present day, not much happened in that episode other than Charming trying to face his fear of being a father. He had to defeat himself again. So, and then remember, we had someone die last week. We even saw their funeral. It's kind of funny because our prophets also died, and I just had a great grandmother that just died. So there's been a lot of death going around. So you remember Henry's father, Bellfire, and I told you he was a major character. He did end up becoming a main character for season 3, like almost the top 6. I tell you, the top 6 are Snow White, Charming, Hook, Regina, Rumple, and Emma. Right? She was almost going to be number 7 on that list, but I mean, not she, he. Bellfire was going to be number 7 on that list, but then what happened? In order for Emma and Hook to have a relationship, in order to have that Captain Swang, if you ship them, a lot of people loved Hook and Emma together. As TV shows go, they have to go with what the fans want, so they had to kill Bellfire so that Emma could fall in love with Hook. I told you I told you back in the Neverland arc, the love triangle wasn't going to last very long. Tried very hard not to spoil it, but we saw last week that Bellfire died. In the flashback, we found out Rumple brought his father back from the dead, but all magic comes with a price. Bringing someone back from the dead means you have to kill someone in return. Remember, we learned that from Snow White. The first time she saved Rumple, Cora died. Now, Bellfire is saving Rumple, and he kills himself doing it. So anyway, in the present day, we see him die, and then they find out that the Wicked Witch is Zelena, the midwife that was helping Snow White. So anyway, her disguise is over now. They know she's the Wicked Witch. So anyway, but Rumple's back from the dead, and he's still enslaved to the Wicked Witch, but hopefully they'll find a way to free him, right? And then last but not least, the final episode we watched last week. It's 7:01 now. We got to get started. But the last episode we watched, Regina remember they forgot their memories of the Enchanted Forest. So even though Regina already knew Zelena was her sister, she didn't know that in Storybrooke. So she just found out that the Wicked Witch was her sister again, and after spending a whole episode finding that out, she ends up spending the rest of it battling against the Wicked Witch. And I bet you can guess who won. The Wicked Witch. She threw Regina into the clock tower like a flying arrow, and she probably got a few bruises from hitting that clock tower. And when the Wicked Witch tried to take Regina's heart, she didn't have it inside her. And you know what she said? She said, Never bring your heart to a witch fight. Something my mother taught me. If something our mother taught me, something you would know if she didn't abandon you. Like she tried to get back at her at that. Because anyway, but we're gonna find out tonight why Cora abandoned Zelina. Okay, never abandon a child. I would say. I will hopefully never have to do that. So anyway, and then yes, in flashback, we get to figure out how the Wicked Witch found out about Regina and how she turned it wicked and how her skin turned green and how she wanted revenge on Rumple and Regina. We got a whole flashback on that. And we also got to see Oz for the first time. So that was cool last week. Now, this week. Okay, I hope you have your Once Upon a Time episodes ready because I'm ready to get started. I'll tell you the timestamp in a minute. But this week we're gonna find out a little bit about Hook and what he's done in the Enchanted Forest for a year, and then we're gonna find out about why Cora abandoned Zelina, and then we get to find out how the curse is gonna break. So it will be a fun night. But the battle of the battle of wicked versus evil is not over yet, because even though the curse is gonna break tonight, we're not gonna defeat the witch until next week. So we still have a whole nother week of wicked versus evil, guys. And one of my favorite episodes of the season is going to be next week too. I call it not trying to spoil, but if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. The Back to the Future episode is next week, which is cool because Back to the Future Day is this Tuesday. And what better way to celebrate this week, well, it would have been probably better because today is closer to Tuesday than next Sunday is, but it would have probably been better to watch the Back to the Future episode today, but we're not going to get to that episode today. So sadly, we have to watch it next Sunday. But hey, just think about this. Starting Tuesday, I'm going to celebrate Back to the Future Day with Back to the Future movies, board games, and etc. Then I'll celebrate Back to the Future again next Sunday. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking because now it's 7:04 and I keep finding ways to delay ourselves. So let's just get started. But timestamp, are you ready? Okay. Timestamp for everyone who has Disney Plus. 44 minutes and 7 seconds should be on your timestamp before we push play. 44 minutes and 7 seconds. If you don't have Disney Plus, it's probably different because there's extra credits for Disney Plus at the end. So I don't know what to tell you. Just make sure not a single second has played for anyone else watching it on Hulu, DVD, whatever. But now I'm going to start the countdown because when I do my live streams, I expect you to have the show ready. I shouldn't have to wait for you to get it ready. You had a whole 10 minutes. Actually, now it's 7:05. You had a whole 15 minutes to get ready. So no more waiting. Let's get started. If you need to pause the live stream, you can. But I told you before, you should have it ready when you jump on the live stream, not when we start the show. All right. Here we go. Countdown. Not when I say one, when I say now. Okay? 3, 2, 1, now. Talking about because she did Back to the Future with me when we did the 3, 2, 1 stuff. That's how I always do it. Who is this knight, I wonder? Or is it someone disguising as a knight? Ooh. Palace guards. Whoa. You have a whole knight army against you. Of course it's Captain Hook. Disguising as a knight. Hey, it's Mr. Smee. We haven't seen him in a while. He's just living the pirate life. Remember, Hook didn't want to go back with Snow and Charming to the Queen's castle. He wanted to get back to his ship. So, fortunately, he couldn't find his ship, so he's stealing gold from knights. Stealing gold from from kings and queens and stuff. You don't need a ship to be a pirate. Oh, says Hook. See what happens when he finds out where his ship lives. Is he gonna see if he changes his mind? Captain Hook. Uh huh. Uh huh. Hook won a lady, and all he gives her is money. Take her out. Come on. Well, this lady doesn't like him at all. What did Hook do to Ariel? This woman ends up to be Ariel, and she's mad at Hook for doing something. We're gonna find out what he did. Little Mermaid mad at Hook. Captain Hook would have probably been a better villain in Little Mermaid than in Peter Pan. Honestly, imagine Hook gave Ariel her legs and voice and stuff. That'd be cool. And Hook saying "porn, fortune, and souls." Oh my goodness, we're in present day right now, and Snow and Charming are trying to figure out how to make a baby crib. What's funny? Ariel did help the heroes in Neverland. I'm surprised Hook doesn't recognize her. Maybe because maybe because Ariel only was with Rumple and Regina in Neverland. Maybe that's why Hook was with everyone else. Wow, there's a lot of spells that involve baby parts, baby body parts. That must be disgusting. If you want to make a love potion, you need a baby's leg. I'm kidding. Regina, you have a point. Wicked Witch defeated you last night or last week for us. Oh, Regina's gonna teach Emma magic. This has happened before and it didn't end well. Are you sure you want to do this again, Emma? Not a problem. So Regina's gonna teach Emma magic. This will be interesting. Again. Why don't you want Snow White and Charming to watch Henry? Emma has son issues. She doesn't trust her parents with her son. That's kind of funny. Yeah. Who? Raise your hand if you think your parents are not fun. Yep. I guess our parents are not fun according to Malin. Emma's saying her parents are not fun. Wow, now this is our first time seeing. We haven't seen Mr. Smee in the present in a long time either. So that's cool. Hook and Mr. Smee. Back to the Future game. Wonder where the other two are. That's this. That's two games. Where's the third one? Uh-oh. We're not ready for Tuesday then. We gotta find all our stuff. Oh, is it mixed with that one? No, there's just two board games. Yeah, we're gonna. So, okay, you're watching my live stream. What do you see in the background? Back to the Future posters, right? Off topic, but Back to the Future posters. I have Back to the Future costumes. I have Back to the Future board games and the movies. We're gonna do all those things on Back to the Future Day. It's gonna be a busy day, guys. Hmm? But we don't have the pieces to it. We're missing some pieces to our board games. We better find those before Tuesday. Since I don't do live streams during the week, I'm gonna say happy early Back to the Future Day to you guys. But I know this is Once Upon Time, so why am I saying that? Once Upon Time Day is also this week, by the way. So actually, this is a good point of bringing this up. Oh yeah, Back to the Future magnets, stickers. Moun's just organizing my closet, pulling out some Back to the Future stuff. But anyway, Once Upon Time Day is on Thursday this week, while Back to the Future Day is on Tuesday. Well, it's not Once Upon Time Day, but it's the anniversary of the pilot. So I mean, that's when I celebrate Once Upon Time. So I hope you sacrifice time this Thursday to watch your favorite Once Upon Time episode. And if you're watching this for the first time and you're watching along with me and not getting ahead, then just to avoid spoilers, pick an episode from the first 3 seasons or the Wonderland show to watch on Thursday. How funny. It's supposed to be a bag. That's all, not a hat. A Back to the Future bag. Sorry, Mountain's distracting me. Once upon a time, topic only. Now, for people on Facebook, before I did this Once Upon a Time marathon, I did do Back to the Future live streams, but they were YouTube only. I've thought about doing a Facebook version, but I didn't feel like doing Back to the Future twice. And it's probably not, and I don't know, YouTube is not, I mean, Facebook's not known for publishing long videos that are 2.5 hours long. So I don't think I'm going to upload them to Facebook, guys. It's just Back to the Future the musical. I don't know. So Emma is talking to Hook about, babysitting Henry. Obviously, she trusts her boyfriend, her future boyfriend, over her parents. Snow and Charming are just walking on the beach and they find someone on shore. I wonder who they found. Ariel. Ariel is in Storybrooke again. Again. We've seen this happen before when she was helping Belle find Pandora's box, remember? Now she's back in Storybrooke again. So we're getting a flashback about what Hook did to Ariel's prince, right? Prince Eric. And in Storybrooke, Ariel doesn't remember what happened. So they're gonna Hook's the only one who has his memories. So Ariel's gonna go to Hook. So the question is Hook gonna be honest with Ariel about Eric, or is he gonna lie? We're gonna find out what Hook did to Prince Eric. Ariel knows about the Jolly Roger. Ariel knows about the Jolly Roger. BB. I wonder which pirate has a BB in their name. So Hook now found out where his ship is thanks to Ariel. Some other pirate has it. I wonder who. There's a pirate we haven't been introduced in the show till now. Wow. Mr. Smee loves cheese. I mean, Rumple did turn him into a mouse once. Whose funeral are we attending? Blackbeard? We're gonna kill Blackbeard? That's the pirate? Blackbeard's not in any Disney movie. I don't think you know who Blackbeard is. There was a live action once of Peter Pan when Pam first came, where Pam first came to Neverland and he had to defeat Blackbeard with Captain Hook. Hook was a good guy. There was a Pan live action movie. Maybe there was one Disney movie live action about Blackbeard, but mostly it's just Peter Pan and Hook. There is no Blackbeard in any pirate movie and stuff usually. Pi Blackbeard is probably some part of a book fairy tale because that's where Disney steals their fairy tales from, and fairy tale books. Maybe it's a book that Disney hasn't stole from yet. So Hook's gonna kill Blackbeard just to get Blackbird. That's funny. Blackbeard. I can't say him. Blackbeard. Yeah, it's Blackbeard. He's gonna kill Blackbeard and get his shit back. I can't talk. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah, guys, I saw this on my desk just now. Too early. Halloween, everybody. Halloween. We do have a good Halloween episode after this because the hero's gonna after we finish our Captain Hook and Ariel episode, the heroes have to raise the dead. There's something else I was gonna say with that. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Dang it! I was gonna shock Malin with something else. I can't remember. But getting help from the afterlife can prove to be a deadly mistake. So they're going to raise the dead and it's going to be a deadly mistake. Sounds so Halloween like, right? I can't wait for that episode. We got to get through this Hook and Ariel one first. We're going through every single episode of Once Upon a Time. We're not skipping anything, guys. This is why it's going to take over a year to get through everything. So Emma and okay, here we go. Back to Emma and Regina learning magic. Let's see how Regina teaches Emma. Emma, listen to Regina. You're not paying attention. You're just disobeying rules and getting distracted. Regina is like shocked. You're letting Hook watch my son? Well, Henry doesn't know you're her son, Regina. And so just deal with it. Emma can choose whoever she wants to babysit Henry. You don't need to make a mother effort. whomever. Everyone knows it. Emma and Hook have a thing. They're gonna start now with Neil dead. They're gonna start doing that. Rumpel was a bully. That's the first time Regina admitted that. Wow. So if you let Rumpel be your teacher, if he taught you how to swim and you couldn't learn, he would let you drown. That's how bad of a teacher Rumpel is. Wow. I mean, I guess we did kind of see that in earlier episodes with Regina learning magic. Rumpel was kind of cruel to her. I mean, he did have to train her to be the evil queen after all. Cast the curse. Find his son, and then his son dies. So much for the effort, Rumpel. You made your evil queen. You casted everyone to the real world, all for nothing, almost. Huh. So okay, we're in a whole different scene now. But just to catch up with what we've been watching, Regina put Emma on a collapsing bridge, so that's kind of scary. And then now we're watching a scene where Charming and Hook and Snow White and Ariel are talking about where Eric is, and Hook is lying about it. He's saying, "I don't know where Eric is. I didn't cross paths with him during the missing year." He's lying, obviously. Otherwise, why do we have a flashback? There's no such thing as false hope. Look, stop coming up with excuses. Just help her find her prince, and if she finds out it was you, I'm sorry. But secrets and lies are not a great way to keep things from people. So Hook and Ariel are going in the woods to look for Prince Eric. But Hook knows something and he's lying to Ariel about it. You could save all this search if you told the truth. Hook's wearing a red jacket and Ariel's wearing a red cape. My favorite colors. Oh, there's Mr. Smee with a red hat. Everyone has red on, except for Madeline. Oh, maybe Minnie is wearing it. Ariel's complaining that Hook ripped her cloak by accident. That's funny. So Ariel, because she helped them defeat Peter Pan, she knows Hook was a good guy, saving Henry and all. And it's like he's like she's saying to Hook, being good is nothing to be ashamed of. Hook, you don't have to be evil to be a good pirate. You don't have to be evil to be popular. You could be good and popular too. No need to be evil. Oh, Bill and Ariel, they haven't seen each other in a year. He was in Storybrooke before. There's a chance he's in Storybrooke again. Hmm. Wow. Hook found his spyglass in Rumpel's shop. How interesting. Lots of books, so lots of cloaks. That's the sea goddess Ursula. Well, just a token of her anyway. Wow. So Hook found Eric's cloak, and Ariel's proud of Hook. Just wait until he finds out. Wait until she finds out Hook's secret. So Regina's forcing Emma to learn magic by putting her on a collapsing bridge, and the bridge is falling down, and making the bridge collapse. I like what Regina just said. Emma, you can use your magic and stop the bridge from collapsing, or die in the river down below. Fight it. Fight it. Fight it. Come on, Emma. Use your magic. Use it. Emma just fell into the river. Did she die? Let's find out. No. Wow. Okay, the bridge is not attached. It's still collapsed. It's turned into a pile of wood that's floating in the air, carrying Emma on top. All Regina wanted you to do, Emma, was tie the ropes and fix the bridge, not turn it into a block of wood and float in the air. But anyway, well, you still saved yourself from drowning into the river. Emma has so much magic potential and she's wasting it. She's not using it very often. She's like the opposite of Elsa. Elsa can't stop using her magic. Emma is you can't use her magic enough. Oh, you found that? Oh my goodness, that's not good. They just they just put a location spell on Eric's cloak. Let's see if that helps them find Eric. So Hook found his Jolly Roger thanks to Ariel. And now he's gonna face Blackbeard. Who's gonna win? Captain Hook or Blackbeard? It's pirate against pirate. This is gonna be a fun sword fight. Here we go. Hooyah! 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 That's what I say when I play sword fights with my pencils. Hooyah! 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 I think it's sound weird if I keep saying that. Hooyah! Hooyah! Let it fly. Red Rock is on a cliff. Sorry, guys. Lion King thing, Melon. What are you doing? Well, at least hopefully you're paying attention to the show and not me. The only thing that will be soft is your ducks spilling blood on the stick. That's a little violent. Ugh. Wow, Hook and Blackbeard keep fighting. They just won't stop. They say Hook's gone soft when he went to Neverland, but no, he's strong. Being good does not make you weak. It makes you strong. Wow, Hook was just seconds away from killing Blackbeard, but then Ariel said, "Wait, we need to know where Eric is." Oh wow. Oh wow. So Blackbeard put Eric in a desert island, and only he knows which island Eric's on. And if Ariel wants to know which island Eric is on, Hook has to prove that he's no longer a pirate. Either give the Jolly Roger to Blackbeard, and he'll tell them where Eric is, or Eric dies along with Blackbeard. So what is Hook going to do? Save his ship or save Eric? Who's more important? Okay, back to present day. The location spell of the jacket of Eric's jacket went all the way into the water. So maybe Eric's dead. If he's underwater, he can't live very long, right? Oh no! Is Hook's secret that he let Eric die with Blackbeard? What? Well, hopefully there's a twist behind that. What's illegal? What are they doing illegal? Snowing Charming? They're doing something illegal, apparently. Oh, they're teaching Henry how to drive, and he's only 14 in this point in the show. Some places did they allow you to get your license at 14, but here in Utah, you have to be 16. That is breaking the law. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know something from part 3 was missing. Imagine we played the third game and didn't know this was missing. How would we mark our boxes? Sorry, more Back to the Future stuff now. I'm fine. Whoa, 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 whoa! You're gonna crash into another car! Whoa, Henry! Over mailbox! Oh my goodness, Henry! This is why you don't drive until you're 16. Oh my goodness, that was bad driving. Even Malin saw that. Almost ran into another car, then over a mailbox, then on the sidewalk. I don't want to be in the car with Henry. I don't trust him. That's how Brian probably drives. Let it car, let it car. Oh, those are not cards. Okay, that was so embarrassing. Guys, forget that I said that. I thought I had toy cars I got on my mission, and thought Mel was getting those out. She obviously saw my mission badges. There they are. Is there more? Like in that blue one? No. Oh, Ariel's upset that her Eric's probably dead, but Hook knows what really happened. Yeah, Hook, it's not too late to do the right thing. I'm gonna check my comments. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. So Hook that chose his Jolly Roger over Prince Eric and let Captain Blackbeard die in the ocean without getting the information Ariel needed. So after doing that, Ariel kept convincing Hook to stop being evil and to try to be good, but Hook didn't listen, and now it's too late. And so Hook said, "If you don't join my crew, you're free to walk the plank." So Ariel decides to walk the plank after Hook just chose his ship over another person. So yeah, now we know what happened to Eric. Instead of choosing to save Eric, Hook chose his ship. How bad? How bad of him? So finally, in the present day, you know how Hook's been lying about what happened to Eric? He's finally telling Ariel the truth after we just found out what happened. Let's see what Ariel's gonna do. He gave him a slap in the face in the past. Do you think he's gonna give him another slap? Saving your ship over the Prince. How rude. You're a coward, a monster. Ariel's so upset at Hook right now and yelling at him. Sometimes being honest hurts, especially after you lied first. So it's better to be truthful and hurt rather than to lie and be selfish though. There was a woman that broke Hook's heart. I think we all know who that is. Emma kind of did that when she chose to stay with Neil. Neil's dead now. Emma's available. Don't worry, Hook. Your heart's shouldn't be broken any longer. Uh oh. Did Ariel just curse Hook's lips? What? That's cool. The Wicked Witch was disguising as Ariel this whole time. She was never in the present. Only in the past. Ariel was only in the past. It was the Wicked Witch disguised as a mermaid. The entire present storyline. Wow. So this whole time he was just trying to she was just trying to find Eric just to get Hook to be honest with her and then trick Hook into kissing his lip into cursing his lips, not kissing his lips. You wicked wishing Hook kissing? No. I meant I meant cursing. As soon as the Wicked Witch, uh, so will be when the Wicked Witch was disguised as Ariel. She Ariel said, "Okay, this woman who broke your heart, if you promise never to choose ship over love, then swear on her name." So Hook sweared on Emma Swan because he loves Emma Swan. just by saying the words Emma Swan, Selena, the Wicked Witch, who undisguised herself from being Ariel, cursed his lips for saying Emma Swan. Now, the next time she kisses Emma Swan, all her magic will be taken. So Hook can't kiss Emma on the lips anymore. Otherwise, her magic will be taken. I hope my lips never get cursed, because then I can't kiss my future wife. So we just found out that Emma is so powerful as the savior, no one can hurt her. But that doesn't mean the Wicked Witch can't hurt her family members, like her parents, Noah and Charming, or her son Henry. So she's kiss Emma, kiss Emma, and remove her powers, or everyone she loves will die. I'll start with Henry, then her parents. We don't want Henry to die. Little boy Henry, who just crazily drove a car insanely. We don't want her son to die. Hook, if you kiss Emma, Hook, you're gonna have to kiss Emma. If you don't, the Wicked Witch is gonna kill her son. So which is more important, keeping Emma's magic or keeping Henry alive? Now you have another choice to make. I hope you're not selfish like you were with Ariel. Regina seems surprised. You're the one who sent her to Storybrooke in the first place. I mean, why wouldn't she be back after a year? That's where Prince Eric was once before. She came back to see her prince again, except now we found out that was the Wicked Witch all along. So Ariel's never been here, except from Neverland that one time. Oh, so now that Hook's revealed to Emma and Regina that he's been helping Ariel find her happy ending, he didn't reveal the part that it was the Wicked Witch in disguise. He kept that a secret. So, so now they're gonna see if Ariel reunited with her prince, and if they find out Hook killed Eric, that will not be good. Emma may not love you anymore. You found it. Uh-oh. Emma's using magic to find out what happened to Eric. If she finds out Hook did something bad to him, oh no. Oh no, Hook, you're gonna be in trouble. According to the Looking Glass, it says Ariel and Prince are on the beach, living happily ever after. Wow, Hook, you're lucky that she found her prince, because now he gets to keep a secret about hurting him, right? Because he survived, right? And they're living happily ever after. Now they get to keep that secret. Hook is keeping the lie, saying that he helped Ariel find I mean, helped Ariel find her prince. Hook's prince. You let him drive? So now Henry walks in talking about driving. What? Yeah, exactly. As mayor, you can't let anyone underage drive on the streets. I don't want to see Malin crash a car over a mailbox. In fact, if Malin was driving a car right now, I'm guessing she would not just run over a mailbox. She'd be so bad at not knowing how to drive that she would crash into houses and other vehicles. She would die. So now Snow White's wondering what happened with Ariel, and Hook's line saying, "Well, no, it's not a lie because she did find her prince, but did Hook really help her find him? No. Hey, at least it's a happy ending. At least Ariel's living happily ever after, right? So even though Hook is still lying about it, does it matter what Hook did? No, because Ariel and Eric survived. So it's a secret no longer we need to worry about. Emma knows Hook is keeping a secret, and he tells Hook, "Look, whatever happened in your past that you're not telling me, I don't care. I'm tired of living in the past." I mean, I guess that's nice. You shouldn't keep secrets from your loved ones, but if they don't care because they're tired of living in the past, then I guess you're okay. But just don't let them find out your bad secrets on their own. Make sure you're the one to tell them if you ever do. Unfortunately, since Hook's lips are cursed, right? Look. Hook is feeling left out. Emma, Henry, and all the charming family is hanging out at Granny's, and guess who's not there to celebrate? Hook. He's watching them from a distance. He's spying on them through a window, and he can't. And he's using his magnifying glass, and he can't be there. Do you know why he can't come to the party? Because he's worried he might accidentally kiss Emma, and if he does, that will remove her magic, right? Because the Wicked Witch did curse his lips. That wraps up the episode. Happy family, except for Hook. Hook's kind of sad and lonely, but don't worry, because we will defeat this Wicked Witch eventually. Some of you know her as Zelena, others know her as the Wicked Witch, and then some people know her as Elphaba, but that's not in Once Upon a Time. Next episode, timestamp 44 minutes 6 seconds. Make sure if your episode has accidentally played, you rewind it. Disney Plus is 44 minutes and 6 seconds. We'll push play in a second. So Hook and Ariel's past involves choosing a ship over a prince. That is just so sad. Luckily, Eric didn't die though. Ariel did live happily ever after, but Hook should have never kept that secret that he chose his ship over a prince. But anyway, it's okay. Who cares about the secret now? Emma doesn't want to talk about the past. Eric's actually living happily ever after, so Hook, I would just start repenting and just live a good life now. There's no need to worry about the secret anymore. So, on that note, and we're done talking about Hook and Ariel now. We're gonna move on. Who's ready to raise the dead? The episode I was waiting to watch. Now we can watch it. It's time to raise the dead. But getting help from the afterlife, getting help from the spirit world, could be a deadly mistake. So let's start watching and find out what that mistake is. I'm just curious. Okay. Still no comments. That's all right. We'll just make up our own Q&A when we're done. But anyway, we're going to start the next episode. I'm going to do a countdown. Hopefully you have it ready. 44 minutes and 6 seconds, remember. And not when I say 1, when I say now. 3, 2, 1, now. We get a recap. Previously on Once Upon a Regina got pushed through a clock tower. Charming courage got taken away. Wow. Beautiful brain. So Rumple's kind of like the scarecrow. Because Regina the Wicked Witch needs his brain. And then Charming's like the lion getting courage, right? And then Regina is like the Tin Man who needs her heart. So you can kind of see the Wizard of Oz in this, right? Now, who's the Dorothy? I'm guessing that's Henry. Boy version of Dorothy, anyway. So guess what? Someone dropped a gift on Regina's doorstep. I wonder what they are. Green apples. Now, we've heard red apples are poison in Snow White, but are green apples from the Wicked Witch poison? I don't know. I don't think green apples are poison, but I think they will do something. They'll turn your skin green if you eat green apples. Yellow. I don't know. Yellow makes you pee? Black apples? That means you're rotten to the core and Descendants evil. I don't know. You're cursed. Maybe I can't use sleeping curse. The red apple already does that. The purple apple. I don't know. It just feels like a cursed apple.
Orange apple.
I don't know. Orange apple. I don't know what that would do.
What about blue apple?
Blue apple would probably turn into water. It would probably turn you into water. You'd be nothing but a puddle. It's like Olaf. Peach apple. That does nothing to you. That would actually do nothing to you. It'd turn your skin peach if you're black. But if you're peach, it does nothing to you.
What about white apples?
White apples. They make you they help you get into the Lord's presence.
What about
Pink apples turn you into a girl. Brown apples, boy. Mountain's naming all the colors of apples. Did you do all the colors of the rainbow? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Yeah, you did that, huh? Black? You did black. Brown, boys, yep. Gray? You didn't do gray. You did do white, temple. And then pink, right? You did. Girl, yep. And then peach is normal. But you didn't do gray. Gray's the
what
only.
about gray apples?
Gray apples will make you look old, like 100 years old with gray hair and everything. Actually, that gives me a great idea. You remember how I said I didn't know what the purple apple would do? Just seems cursy. Well, if we have an apple that makes you look old, there has to be a reverse apple, just like the boy and girl one. I think the purple apple will make you young again. But if you're already old and you don't want to be young, then that's probably not good. Oh, I'm eating a bullet. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's embarrassing, guys. I'm embarrassing. Just watch the show. What have we missed while we were playing the colors? So Zelina was talking to Regina and distracting her while Rumpel stole her heart from Robin Hood. You know what's funny? All of last episode we didn't see Robin Hood or Regina. We've been so focused on Hook and Ariel, and only saw a little bit of the Wicked Witch. So anyway, just a thought. So, Rumpel threatened to hurt Robin's child if he didn't give him Regina's heart. So what does Robin do to save his son? He gives Rumpel Regina's heart, right? Nothing's worth the loss of a child, everyone. I'd be scared to death if I was that parent. You know your gun noises are in the live stream. Why are you shooting me? Alan, not during the live stream.
Why not?
Because that's rude. And that hurts my nose. I thought you would clean my room.
Yeah, I told you I was just looking for the game.
Oh. My nose is sore. It felt sore right before you hit it, though. So I'm not blaming you for that. Like, there's like a bruise on here. You hitting me with it made it worse, though, because it touched right where the owie was. Oh my goodness! Guess what the thumbnail of Once Upon a Time is? A tornado! It's not Dorothy, though, sadly. Someone else is coming to Oz. Actually, no one is. Wait, no, someone is. Because we get to find out how Cora abandoned her daughter, right? And that tornado probably takes Zelina to the Oz, and that's how she becomes the Wicked Witch. Belle has not seen the Evil Queen very often, and so, not knowing that she's good now, Belle's like, why would I help you? The woman who trapped me in a castle and imprisoned me for 28 years. Get out. Who's that? So Regina's apologizing for all the bad stuff she's done. So so that's the candle that Snow White used to bring to kill Cora and bring and save Rumple's life. Well, the first time we stopped Rumple from dying. Rumple can never die in the show. It's kind of funny. This is not about how my mother died. It's about how she lived. We're gonna find out how Cora lived her life, I guess. She lived a great miller's daughter, bullied by Ava, and then wanted to empower over her because of that experience. We all remember Cora's backstory, when Regina was born, right? Now we're getting an earlier backstory before the time of Regina. So okay, Melon's gone by the way, so no more distractions. A prince, a prince just proposed to Cora, and she said yes, and they just met, like Anna Hans here. Never marry a man you just met, especially if they could be a thief. Hate to ruin the party. He did more than steal, though. We're gonna find out what he did. He did a lot of other things that that were worse than stealing. Green apples again. So remember, Snow White's pregnant, and they're about to have a baby, and and they're thinking of naming him Leopold. Princess Ava. If it's a girl, you're gonna name her Princess Ava after your mother. Leopold is her father, and then you want to name if it's a girl, mother. My goodness. So what was that all about?
About Grandma's funeral.
When is it?
It's on. Well, we We really need to go on Thursday. Then there's a mini funeral in Idaho on Friday.
There's one here on Thursday.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not the viewing that's on Thursday and the whole funeral's on Friday?
Well, all they're doing is like a mini funeral, so they're just burying her, kind of. They're just
It would make more sense if the grave thing was on Friday.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But on Thursday, it's everything else.
Oh, this Thursday?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Dang it. That's even before it's a week that she passed. She died on Saturday morning. I was hoping it'd be on Saturday or Monday. So yeah, my great grandma passed away, guys, and I don't have any more great grandmas. So we're gonna spend the night in Idaho on Friday, or no, on Thursday.
No. Because on Thursday is the one here, and then at like 7:30 a.m. they're going to Idaho. Mom and Dad.
I don't work on Thursdays usually anyway, so oh, it's just mom and dad going to Idaho?
Well, you can go if you want to.
Yeah.
That's what they were asking me about, if I want to go on Friday, and I said no.
I probably will. Hey, speaking of dead, these heroes are talking to the dead right now. Need the murder weapon and the murderer. Snow White killed Cora, so we need Snow White, and then the candle she used to kill Cora with. To bring back Rumple. Rumple almost died like two or three times in this show, and they keep bringing him back in return of killing someone else's life. They love Rumple. They can't get rid. They don't want to get rid of him.
Which they don't.
Yeah, except for the series finale. They actually do kill him for good. The actor even said if there was a season 8, he wasn't going to come for that. He was tired of being on this hunter. What? Oh, the fact that he dies in the series finale. I'm sorry, guys. Forget I ever said that. Me and Malin are just talking. I need to remember I'm live. And I invited people who've never seen the show before. It's hard to balance commentary because, like, normally when you give commentary, you expect everyone to see the show. But when I started this, I initially thought of having people who didn't see the show to watch with me. So I got to be careful what I say about future episodes. Like the Back to the Future one we're going to watch next week. You know what sucks, though? We have our whole Back to the Future thing, right? And it's a good thing the funeral's not on Tuesday. So it's not going to affect our Back to the Future plans. But it will affect how I'm going to celebrate Once Upon a Time on Thursday.
How are you going to celebrate Once Upon a Time?
Luckily, I don't work. So I could just spend... I know we're leaving at 7, and I should try... Well, I hate to change my sleeping schedule, though. I could just spend all night doing Once Upon a Time stuff, and then go at 7. Oh, I'd be tired, but okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna ask for a funeral day on Friday. See if my boss lets me. Mm-hmm. Jonathan, Prince Jonathan. Wow, dirty boots. I don't think princes wear dirty boots. Wow. There is no Prince Jonathan. I was not Prince Jonathan. I mean, you did. This is why you don't marry a man you just met. I thought Anna and Hans learned their lesson when they watched this. Oh, the show didn't exist in Frozen, didn't it? Yep. He didn't come back with a gold ring like he promised. And he's not marrying you or taking you to his castle. What? What? Is it a green one? Oh yeah, there's supposed to be one. It got stuck in New York. I know. I'm sorry. We just roll it twice. If you're walking in a bar, okay, I mean, you never will probably do that. But let's just say you're in there to talk to someone and not take a drink, okay? You're walking into a bar, just talking to a friend. And then a guy claiming to be a prince shows up and proposes. You shouldn't say yes, right? You shouldn't say, will you? Yes, I will marry you. And then he comes back and then he promises, okay, Malin, I'll come back in 2 weeks and give you a golden ring for our marriage. 2 weeks later, he has dirty boots on and he's not even a prince. And he robs from you. We shouldn't be. Well, we can always use substitutes. Wait, remember that one Back to the Future card that was kind of ripped? And do you still have that piece?
Yeah, we still have the piece.
Okay, good. So they just tried to summon Korra and ask what happened to Zelina, but the Korra spirit did not respond. And then the portal to the spirit world closed. The veil closed. So they failed to communicate with the spirit world. But we're not dead. We're not dead yet. I mean, we're not done yet. We're not dead yet. Done yet. This is a great Halloween episode. Oh my goodness! Did the spirit world just trap them in Regina's house? They just took her door away. Now they can't get out. Trapped in Regina's house. That's creepy. Maybe the portal did work. Maybe it didn't work. Maybe Cora just refused to not answer Regina's questions about Wicked Witch's abandonment. And maybe it did work. She could have just chose not to answer. So Cora, after meeting a fake prince, is meeting a real prince. And do you know who this prince is? Snow White's father, King Leopold. Here's something interesting. Cora was almost going to marry King Leopold. But who else marries King Leopold? Regina.
Wait, do we start with 3 opportunities?
Yes. Isn't that weird, though?
Mm-hmm.
So you meet a prince, right? You're about to marry him, but you don't. And then your daughter marries him. That's like saying, you probably don't have a boyfriend, Malin, but that's like saying your boyfriend marries mom instead of you. Weird, right? Oh no, it's the other way around. It's like dad marrying you instead of mom. Yeah. That's weird. Cora had a chemistry with Snow White's father, same with Cora's daughter. Well, Regina was forced into it. She didn't want to marry the king, but anyway, Cora should have known that she was going to marry this guy once. I don't know why she didn't think of how weird it was. Even though she wants her daughter to be raised in royalty, still, ew. This family drama has family drama. This show has family drama, guys. Regina is not just Henry's mother; it's Henry's step great grandmother. It's like great grandma Larson adopting Madeline. I don't know how she would raise Madeline. Regina was looking young.
good Cammy.
Until you're 12.
She would take good care of me. I'd get the chicken roll more often.
I don't know if Great Grandma Larson cooks chicken.
Oh, great grandma. I think good grandma. Oh. Are you talking about normal grandma?
Is that why you were confused when I said 12? I said until you were 12. And you said she'd take good care of you.
What? I'm so confused.
12 is when she died. So now she wouldn't be able to take care of you anymore. So Snow White and Regina are having a heart-to-heart conversation about killing Cora. And Snow White is finally apologizing about it a whole season later. They did find out. Regina did find out that Cora killed Snow White's mother. So I think it's fair. It's complicated. If Regina's mother killed Snow White's mother, then it's fair for Snow White to kill Regina's mother back. I think it's a fair trade.
Oh.
Good question. Why did Cora give up Zelena and make them strangers to one another? I don't know. I would never separate my siblings or my kids' siblings, I mean. Wow, it's Cora's spirit. Young Cora, not the old Cora we know from season 2, guys. Mother, Regina says? So this is when they find out the spirit portal did work. But Cora just refused to talk. It wasn't made for talking, it was made for sending Cora's spirit to our world. That's going to be interesting. Imagine having a spirit haunting this room right now, and you could see him. Ooh, happy Halloween. Wow, Emma's playing with her magic and teasing Hook a little bit. Hook's not in the mood. Hot cocoa poofs in Hook's face. Hook poofs on the lamp. Yes, you're still upset about the whole Ariel thing. I get it. We're done with the Ariel thing, though. I don't care about your problems anymore, Hook. Belle knows what the Wicked Witch is planning. Belle knows what the Wicked Witch is doing. Why a heart? Why courage? Why a brain? The same ingredients Dorothy had when she was taking her friends to the wizard. Why does the Scarecrow want a brain? Why does the Lion want courage? Why does the Tin Man want a heart? So Wizard of Oz like in Once Upon a Time. Except we're not helping a Scarecrow, Tin Man, and a Lion get all that stuff. We're actually getting those stuff. We're getting a brain from Rumpelstiltskin. Don't worry, we're not going to see his gross brain from inside his body, though. It's not going to be that gross. I'm not going to give spoilers, but it's not going to be that gross. You know what Regina's heart looks like. It's a red, gooey circle thing. So, I mean, we will see that. That's the heart that the Wicked Witch now has. He just took his heart this episode. And then Charming's courage, the symbol of his sword handle, was the courage. So, The only thing that's not from the Wizard of Oz is Snow White and Charming's baby. Newborn baby who's not born yet, but will be in a couple episodes. A newborn baby. Um, that's the last ingredient the Wicked Witch needs. And did Dorothy have a baby when she was going to the wizard? No. So that's one ingredient that's not related to Wizard of Oz. Everything else is. So the Wicked Witch is trying to offer Rumple a deal. You know, I can help bring your son back from the dead if you help me succeed in this time travel spell. I could change the past where he never died, but I don't know if Rumple wants that. Never trust the Wicked Witch. Wow, Cora still doesn't want to. Now that Cora's in the real world, she still doesn't want to answer Regina's questions. What did you do to the Wicked Witch? Wow. Oh, there's the fake Prince Jonathan again. So this fake Prince Jonathan knows that Cora's in love with Prince Leopold, who's going to be Snow White's father in the future. So he's trying to use that against her. What happens if I tell Prince Leopold that you already said yes to me, and and because these people are not members of the church, you can get someone pregnant even before marriage. I think it's already been mentioned in the show. It's not a spoiler, but Prince Jonathan did get Cora pregnant, before she found out he was a thief and a liar. It's like Hans getting Anna pregnant before finding out, he's a villain. So anyway, so Jonathan is threatening Cora, saying, "If I tell King Leopold about the baby, then he's not going to want to marry you." So Cora's like, "I'll make a deal. You don't get me arrested, and I promise I won't tell King Leopold." Or no, no, the deal was, you give me some gold from the castle, and I promise I won't tell King Leopold tomorrow. So Cora has to steal gold from her own husband to give to the fake Prince Jonathan in order to keep her baby. Wow. Cora, the spirit Cora in the present, doesn't want to say what happened to Zelina. Well, now she's obsessing over Snow White's body and giving her the answer that way. Imagine a spirit took over your body and possessed over it like a devil spirit, but except they're not a devil. I guess Cora is kind of a devil. She was a villain before she died. So a devil spirit possesses your body and gives you an answer to a question. That's crazy. Don't worry, they'll get the spirit out of Snow White. Cora doesn't have full control over Snow's body. Unfortunately, Princess Ava, the one who's going to be Snow White's mother, her overheard Cora talk to the thief, the fake Prince Jonathan. She overheard them talking, so she told King Leopold about the baby. And now, because Cora already got pregnant with someone else, King Leopold's not going to marry her. Miller's daughter. Oh my goodness. The bully Princess Ava. Can you believe Snow White's Charming was a bull? I mean, Snow White's mother was a bully. Charming Snow White's. I can't say my words right. I know I messed up more than once in this live stream tonight. I know. I know we've seen this before. We've seen flashbacks of Ava bullying Cora, but we never know why she bullied her. And it was all because Ava told a secret. Just like Snow did to Regina's love. Now we know how Cora became evil. That's new. Uh, so Leopold gets Cora arrested and she gets kicked out of the palace for one that so Ava, who just won Leopold over, for telling that secret about the pregnant baby. Ava said, "I promise a more worthy wife will give you what you deserve. A girl as white as snow." That's dialogue straight from the Snow White fairy tale. Lips as red as blood and black hair as black as the ebony woods. Well, Snow White may have been born as a nice girl, but not to nice parents. Though Snow White's father was actually a nice guy, but not Snow White's mother. So remember how I told you Belle knows what the Wicked Witch is planning? She's retelling the whole Charming family now.
Wow.
So she's building a time machine, a time portal to go back in time. Nope, out of a time portal, not a DeLorean, no, sadly. Something more magical. She didn't want to give up Zelena. She was forced to. Cora was forced to give up Zelena because of Snow's mother, Ava. She told a secret, just like Snow White did. It runs in the family. First, Ava tells a bad secret, and it ruins Cora's life. Then Snow White tells a bad secret, and it ruins Regina's life. If Ava didn't tell that secret, Cora would have kept Zelena. Yeah, if it weren't for this Princess Ava, did you hear that? The Wicked Witch is going back to kill Snow White's mother. If she goes back to kill Snow White's mother, what does that mean? Snow White will never be born. Emma will never be born. Henry will never be born. And on this new path, you know how Cora had another child named Regina, the Evil Queen. She if she married King Leopold, would she marry Prince Henry? No. So then Regina will never be born. No Evil Queen. No Snow White. No daughter of Snow White. No grandson of Snow White. The whole Snow White movie would disappear from existence. So apparently, Belle said that in every time travel she found, you need courage, a heart, and a brain, just like the Wizard of Oz. And you need a baby. Zelena can't cast her spell because we don't have any babies in Storybrooke. But Snow White's pregnant and she's about to give baby. So, how long will Snow White stay pregnant? Because once that baby is born, the Wicked Witch can cast her time travel spell. That's not good, is it? So they have to hurry and stop her before Snow White gives birth. It has been a little over 8 months, so only 1 month left before that baby is due. They better hurry. So now we're getting one last piece of the flashback. Cora is abandoning Zelena. Here's why, though. King Leopold knows that that baby came from a bad person, right? So as long as she has that baby, like King Leopold was only able to marry Regina because he doesn't remember Cora that well. But if she kept that baby around, he would have been like, "You're the girl that cheated on me and had a baby behind my back." And then he would have not let Cora become royal. He would have left her in the dirt as a miller's daughter servant. So the only way she was going to grow up royalty is if she gave up Zelina. So she chose being royal over her family. She chose royal over her daughter.
Nice.
And you just saw at the end of yep. And then you just saw at the end of that flashback.
No, I didn't.
Well, everyone else saw at the end of that flashback a tornado after Cora left. A tornado came by, picked up Zelina, and we already saw a flashback last week where she arrived in Oz and got her green skin and stuff. So we already know how the rest of the story plays out. But yeah, she got picked up by a tornado, and that's how the flashback ends. We already saw her going to Oz last week, though. Flashbacks got reversed. Apparently, Regina Hook was trying to kiss the Wicked Witch in the lips to steal his dagger back. Ew. Wow. So Zelina took Rumpel out on a date to tell her the plans of time traveling and saving his son, right? But Rumpel doesn't want to take the deal of saving his son, right? And so he decides to go after the dagger that was in the Wicked Witch's leg and kissed her to try to grab the dagger from her leg. Fortunately, the Wicked Witch stopped him. So since the Rumpel refused to take the Wicked Witch's deal on saving, uh, he could save his own son if she helps her kill Ava. Since he didn't take that deal, the Wicked Witch is forcing him back to his cage. So Regina's cleaning up the mess Cora made, the spirit core. Cora's now back in the spirit world, but she left a earth mess behind, so they're cleaning it up. Yep, Snow White killed Cora. We know that. I know. History is complicated. Family can be confusing.
But history can be rewritten.
Through time travel, yes. Did you hear that?
No.
So Snow White said, "That's not the woman I knew. Princess Ava was not a villain when I was a child." So that leaves the question, because we did see Princess Ava on Snow White's birthday when she was like 10 years old, and she was nice. So what changed her to be nice? How did she become this evil princess into a nice mother? Imagine you go back in time and found out your mom was killing people and breaking the law and being so evil, and then she repented right before having kids. Is that possible? Someone who's evil becomes a nice mother?
Yeah, it's very possible.
I mean, it happened with Regina, I guess. But wait, I thought the Charmings were the good guys. I didn't know they came from the bad guys. I didn't know their side of the family came from the bad guys. That's interesting. That's a cool plot twist. But that doesn't make Snow White a bad guy. It's her ancestors. She's choosing good. Regina's fighting against the darkness.
Did you see where that went?
What?
Did you see where that went?
No.
Oh, I see.
I wonder. I used to have all 6 of these: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. I used to have the whole rainbow.
I have the whole rainbow of those.
But I'm missing blue. Don't know where blue went. Blue is on the floor sometime. One time I did find blue on the floor, but then I couldn't find it again. So Snow White encourages Regina to go after her true love and not give up on love. So, just because you lost one happy ending doesn't mean because of Daniel. And remember, Snow White told a secret too, not just to Ava. So just because you lost one happy ending doesn't mean you can't find another, right? So Regina's going after her new happy ending. And who's that new happy ending with? Robin Hood. They just shared a very long kiss in the lip before the credits. How gross for kids, right? All right, credits is over. I mean, episode's over. Credits are not over. Episode's over. Okay. Okay, that's 2 episodes down. One more to go. Okay, pause. Okay, pause it really quick so I can talk. Again, 44 minutes and 7 seconds if you have the Disney Plus version, and we always watch the recaps too. So make sure you're not skipping. Anyway, make sure your timestamp's at 44 minutes and 7 seconds. So that was interesting. We did raise the dead, but were there deadly consequences? No. No one died, thank goodness, but it was still scary. Spirits are a Halloween thing. We call them ghosts on Halloween, though, not spirits. Ghost, spirits, same thing, though. Anyway, yes, so Cora gave up Zelina because, she was forced to. She got a bad reputation from Princess Ava about getting pregnant from a fake prince right before meeting a real prince. If only Cora could have been a little more patient on marrying royal true love, she probably would have not lost it all. But anyway, she had to trust a fake prince before a real prince. She made the mistake of getting pregnant, and then when the real prince found out, he didn't want to marry her. How sad. Giving up the baby, so then that way she won't be treated like a miller's daughter. Well, I feel bad for Cora. And the fact that she was forced to give up Zelina is kind of sad. But, too bad she's not around to see her daughter destroy people in Storybrooke because Cora is dead. She died before the Wicked Witch came to the show. You're leaving? You're not going to stick around as I watch one more episode?
No.
You stuck. So my live stream starts at 7. You've been here till 8:30. My live stream only ends at 9:30. It's only one more hour. Come on. No. Okay, Melon's, I guess, finally leaving for the second time. First time she left and we got talking about Grandma's funeral. But then she was about to leave for a second. Okay. So, now we're done talking about Cora and why she gave up Zelina. We're done talking about Hook and Ariel. Guess what our last episode is going to be about tonight?
You.
They're going to be breaking the curse, finally. The second curse of the series. Do you remember the first curse when everyone forgot who they were and they didn't know who they were and Emma had to believe in fairy tales and break the curse? Well, Emma already believes. It's Henry who has to believe this time. So I have a question for you guys before we get started. How are they going to get Henry to believe in fairy tales? He is a child. It's easier to get a child to believe than it is to get an adult to believe, right? But remember, this is the end of season 3 now. Henry's older. As much easy as it is to get a child to believe in fairy tales, do you think you can get a teenager to believe in fairy tales?
Yes.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
We'll have to find out. And of course, who's going to be the one breaking the curse? I know you think it's Emma because she's the savior. But do you think it's going to... But just because Emma's the savior, does that mean she's the only one that can break the curse?
Yes.
I don't think so. I'm not going to spoil it, but just keep watching. We're going to find out. We're going to find out who cast the curse, but we're going to finally find out who's going to break it. Now, last time a curse broken, it was the end of the season, right? I have something to say. It's not really a spoiler. Once Upon a Time does 22 episodes a season. This is only episode 19. It's not the end of the season. In fact, unlike season 1 when we killed Maleficent, it's not like Henry's going to have to slay a dragon and kill the Wicked Witch. No. The Wicked Witch is not going to die this episode. This may be the end of the curse, but it's not the end of the Oz arc. We'll finish that next week. We'll finish Oz next week. So no, the Wicked Witch is not dying. She's staying around doing evil stuff. But it's finally time to say goodbye to the curse. So, let's start the episode. 44 minutes and 7 seconds. Hang on, before I do the countdown. I have a warning on my laptop. Just gotta make sure. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Not when I say one, when I say now. Sorry, don't push play yet. If you push play, rewind. I messed up. I forgot to give that warning. Not when I say one, but when I say now. Okay, everyone rewinded. Sorry, that was a bad countdown. My bad. 3, 2, 1, now. No recap. Cool. Prince Philip's on a horse. Didn't we just see that like 2 weeks ago? That's crazy. Back when the curse first started. That's crazy. Giddy up, Philip. Giddy up, Philip. So Snow and Charming are announcing their pregnancy to the whole kingdom, and they're making too much of a deal out of it. Hope. Let's give everyone hope. Don't worry. The Wicked Witch is in town, but we can survive this. So in the past, this is the first time Snow and Charming find out that the Wicked Witch wants their baby. Important? Oh no! Aurora and Philip were not supposed to tell Snow and Charming about the Wicked Witch and their baby. But now that they did, the Wicked Witch is going to turn them into monkeys. Goodbye, Sleeping Beauty. Have fun being a monkey. I know you. I walked with you once upon a monkey. Not a dream. Yeah, exactly. Don't go to early labor. It's kind of sad. Every time Snow White has a baby, someone keeps taking their child. First, it was Regina with Emma Swan, and now Snow White and Charming are about to have another baby, and the Wicked Witch wants to take it. How horrible is that? They can't have a baby to themselves. That's the last thing they wanted, was this to happen all over again. Once upon a time, flying monkey flying towards us. The screen. Watch out! For people who've never seen a movie before or know what a movie is like, they'd probably look like this. Like, remember the train in the movie theater where they went like, whoa! The monkey was flying this way, so it'd be like, whoa! So now we jump 8 months later in the flashback. It's right before they cast the curse. And they're trying to figure out how to defeat her before that curse is cast. Snow White's like, it's happening again. Someone's threatening the whole entire kingdom with a curse, and I'm about to have a baby. It's happening again. I didn't want to. Don't worry, Snow. You're not going to miss this baby growing up. Every baby as Snow and Charming have is always in danger. So Regina and Robin are falling in love in Storybrooke, but in flashback, they're against each other. They hate each other. One's a evil queen and one's a thief. They don't like each other. Snow and Charming, they don't want them to fight anymore. They're like, we've seen you fight for 8 months. My baby is due in one more month, and I don't want to see this anymore. So he's coming. He's going to help us sneak into Rumple's palace, and he's going to help us talk to Rumple. Now, remember, this was before Bellfire died in the present. So before anyone gets confused, this flashback, um, you remember what happened right when Rumple came back from the dead? Bellfire didn't die right away. Bellfire's body combined with Rumple. It's like if my body got sucked into Malon's body, and Malon was keeping me alive. And every like 12 hours, Malon's body would turn into me, and then I'd turn back into her. That'd be creepy, actually. I hope I'm you in the middle of the night, because I don't think a 23-year-old boy is going to go to your 6th grade elementary class. Henry, who still doesn't believe in fairy tales and doesn't have his memories, thinks it's weird that Regina's kissing Robin Hood, a thief. So it's kind of awkward. Regina and Robin really are getting along in the present, but in the past, not so much. He's much more likable in Storybrooke. It's actually a line Regina says later in this episode. She's like, "You're much more likable here in Storybrooke than you are in the Enchanted Forest." Yeah, Regina's kind of in love with Robin Hood. That is true. I don't think it was the Wicked Witch who cast the curse, because in order to cast a curse, you have to kill the thing of the you have to crush the heart of the thing you love most. Regina was able to do it because she crushed her father's heart. Zelina's father, dead. Zelina, the Wicked Witch's mother, dead. Whose heart did she crush to cast the curse? She didn't love anyone. Exactly. So I don't think it was the Wicked Witch, guys. Not trying to spoil, but I would probably take the Wicked Witch off your list. You probably thought it was her at first because, in the beginning she was trying to hide it. The plot made it seem like it was her who cast the curse, but probably not her. So in order to figure out how to defeat the Wicked Witch, it is possible they already know how to defeat her. In fact, even Malin knows how to defeat her. Possibly. Don't in the Wizard of Oz, doesn't Dorothy defeat her with water? Do you think that would work in Once Upon a Time? Hmm. So in order, they might already know how to defeat the Wicked Witch. So in order to defeat her, they're gonna have to get their memories back and break the curse. So in order to break the curse, they need to get Henry to believe in magic, just like they did with Emma, and then Henry has to break the curse, or someone has to break the curse by kissing Henry. So I wonder who's gonna do it. Hook was kidnapped by Rumple and Zelina. That's scary. So Zelina kidnapped Hook to remind him, hey, if you don't kiss her and take away her magic, remember, Hook's lips are cursed. If you don't kiss her and take away your magic, I'm gonna kill Henry. Little boy Henry. Teenager now, I guess. Rumpel is speaking riddles now. That's what he was doing before Valfire died. Being two people at once is kind of tricky. You have two minds, Rumpel and Bellfire's mind. Two bodies combined into one. That's kind of creepy. He's only speaking in riddles. It's kind of sad. They can't get anything from him. That's okay. At least they know they need to find Glinda, who is popular. It, it is true. A book can't just disappear, but it can appear. I mean, you all do believe in fairy tales. It's just you forgot a year of your life. So, I mean, if you want to defeat the Wicked Witch, you got to remember what happened in that year. Henry's not going after his game in the closet. He's actually using them as keys to drive out of Storybrooke and run away. Bad boy. He's upset because his mother's lying to him, and he's not, and she won't be honest. But to be honest, if your mother was lying and keeping secrets, if you forced her to be honest with you and she said fairy tales are real, you probably wouldn't believe her, right? You can see why Emma's trying to keep that a secret because it's not something you would normally believe. They hopefully better find the Once Upon a Time book. That's what got Henry to believe, and it's what got Emma to believe at the end of season one. The book is the key to getting Henry's memories back. They better find that book before Henry leaves Storybrooke. They got to find the book before Henry leaves Storybrooke. That's a rhyme. What are you doing? Playing a game. Hook is gonna Henry help Henry leave town, but not by car because he doesn't trust him crashing on the streets again. He's gonna take him by boat. Uh-oh. And Emma looks through a box and doesn't find Henry's book. But she doesn't look hard enough, and guess who tries to look through the box again? Snow White. Oh my goodness, she found it. Emma, you're so embarrassing. Snow White's gonna have a mother and daughter conversation about why did you not look hard enough? Why did you think the book wasn't in there? Wicked witches and time traveling horror wars. That's one way to put it. Emma forgot what it's like here, defeating villains and good versus evil. She doesn't like this. She loved living in New York for a year. It was like a vacation from all her savior stuff. And Emma doesn't want Henry's memories back. Yeah, exactly. Life in New York was great, but it wasn't home. It's not where your family was, Emma. Your family's in Storybrooke. You should live here. This is what I was saying, guys, back when we started this part of the season. When we went to Neverland, we it was all about belief. Belief in magic, right? The Wizard of Oz theme, it's all about home. And what did Dorothy say? There's no place like home. That's what this season's about. So we're trying to discover what home is, and with Emma being the main character, she's trying to learn more about it than most. Home is where the family is. Home is where the heart is. So Emma's going to have to eventually learn in the next few episodes that home isn't a place, it's the people in it. New York is not home. Her family is. And if you go to New York, you won't be home. So Emma doesn't want to get Henry's memories back because he wants them to go back to New York when they're done defeating the Wicked Witch. But I want Emma to stay because that means more good versus evil battles. Luckily, there's four more seasons, so of course she stays in Storybrooke. She doesn't go to New York. The show has 7 seasons, guys. It's not 3. Oh, so in the flashback, they finally found the door that leads to Glinda, but only the pure of heart can see her. So when Snow and Charming walk in there, they go to where Glinda is. But when Regina walks through the door, it doesn't work. She's stuck. It won't let her go through because she doesn't have a pure of heart. It's nice hearing Glinda. We haven't even seen her on the show till now. I like this Glinda better than Ariana Grande. And I love Rebecca Mader better than Cynthia Rio. However you say it. You can't even say it either, Malin. Yeah. Sorry. That's just me being biased, but nothing's ever going to be better than Once Upon a Time for me. Not even Wicked. I don't know the actor who plays Glinda because she's only in like 2 episodes, and so she's not that important. But because the Wicked Witch ends up in a lot of episodes, that's why I know her actor name. So, recap that for a second. So Glinda said she already tried to defeat the Wicked Witch, but she failed. She said the only person who could defeat the Wicked Witch is the someone who holds the most strongest light magic, like the Savior. And they already know who that is. That's Emma. But she's in the real world, and they have no way to get to her except for the Dark Curse. So I think we know who cast the curse. I think it was Snow and Charming. They're not villains. They cast the evil curse on purpose to get to Emma so that she could defeat the Wicked Witch. So there you go. Now we know it's not the Wicked Witch. It's the Snow White and Charming. There's still one more question. How did Snow White and Charming cast the curse? Don't they have to crush the heart of the thing they love most? And we saw Snow White and Charming both alive in the present. So who did they whose heart did they crush to cast the curse? We're gonna find out. Regina didn't believe this, Glinda, but oh well. It looks like Charming wants to Snow White to crush his heart. But wait, Charming was alive in the present. So what are you talking about? Peter Pan? You're Mr. Smee, like the one from Peter Pan? That's kind of funny. Henry does not believe in fairy tales, but he makes funny fairy tale jokes. A flying monkey is coming after Henry. Henry's like, "What is that? That's the most dangerous thing I've ever seen." It's actually snowing right now. Aren't you guys cold? Isn't Henry even cold? Okay, luckily they're inside the boathouse. Wow, Hook trusts me to take care of Henry. The monkeys are here to get Henry. Hurry! Save him, Hook! Don't let those monkeys take our boy away. Whoa! A gunshot. Emma, gunshot. Saved Henry by a gunshot. Snow and Charming, Regina, Snow, they all have the book. They just have to stop these monkeys, and then maybe we could get Henry to believe in fairy tales. Boy, that was a battle. Why does he have a sword? Why does Charming have a sword? What are those flying monkeys? Do you trust me? Believe in magic. Believe in fairy tales? I don't understand. Why would an adult try to convince me to believe in fairy tales? Henry's like. Well, this is a special adult. This is not a crazy drunk person. This is a place where fairy tales are actually real. Yes. You believe in your mother, so why don't you just believe in fairy tales? She's asking you to believe in fairy tales, so believe in fairy tales. You believe in your mother, so you should believe in fairy tales. Henry still doesn't believe, but as soon as he touches the book, just like Emma did, Emma touched the book and she remembered, right? And then she broke the curse, and then we had 3 seasons go on since then. But now Henry gets to touch the book after doing a whole reset on this, not really this series, but on this curse thing. It's time for it to finally break. Henry finally believes in fairy tales. He touched the book. All you have to do is touch a book to believe in fairy tales. Touch a fairy tale book. Like if Malin grabs a Once Upon a Time book over there, she'll believe in fairy tales. Touch it with both hands. Look at the front of it. Touch it while looking. Yes, there you go. Now you believe. Okay, but we still have to give True Love's kiss to break the curse. Wicked Witch is here. She's holding Henry by the neck. That's crazy. Hook, you should have kissed Emma, I guess. Because Henry's on his wife right now. And even Regina and Emma can't stop her. Wow. The Wicked Witch just said in front of everyone, Hook failed me. Now everyone's worried that now everyone's worried of what Hook did. Hopefully he doesn't need to bring the aerial thing back up. Hook failed me, so now I have to kill Henry. Luckily Emma has savior magic, right? She used the magic to burn Zelina's hands. And now Zelina left. Enjoy this moment together, because you don't have many left. That's what she said. Except Regina's passed out from all that Wicked Witch battle. Oh no. Hopefully she's alright. We're back in the flashback. Snow and Charming are about to cast the curse. So it looks like Snow White's gonna crush Charming's heart. No, don't kill Charming! Charming's dead. We just lost Bellfire. So you're telling me we're gonna kill Emma's true love and her father? We know Charming doesn't die, Malin, but I don't want to spoil it. Okay, we gotta let everyone on YouTube cry right now that Charming's dying. That Snow White has to crush his heart to cast the curse and get Emma to break it and defeat the Wicked Witch. At least remember when we first did that time jump, there was a lot of confusing questions. At least we got all our answers, right? Now we know how to defeat her. When we watch the next episode, of course, which is next week. So sorry, like I said, we still have more Oz stuff to do next week, but at least we're gonna break the curse tonight. Aw, one last true love's kiss from Snow and Charming. I'm gonna miss that couple on the show. Just kidding, they'll still be around. I mean, we saw them in the present, guys. I don't think it's a spoiler. If someone dies in the past, they can't be alive in the present. Let's be honest here. Oh, someone reacted to my marathon. Sounds like it's my grandma, not the one that died. Grandma Linda commented on my live stream. I don't know if she's still watching, but Malin's in my room, by the way. Just not on camera, but in my room. So it looks like Snow White is crushing Charming's heart. That's sad. Imagine crushing your own husband's heart. Oh my goodness, that's a hard sacrifice to make. They did do that in the scriptures once with the Lord commanding Isaac to kill his son, or Jacob to kill his son Isaac, or whatever. Luckily, an angel stopped him, and it was a test. But this is for real. Snow White is killing Charming just to get to Emma. Wow. But Charming didn't die. I don't want to spoil. But there's a reason why he's still alive in the present. There's a reason. There's a way they spared his life somehow. I'm just not going to say anything. But yes, you would assume right now that Charming's dead. When I watched this for the first time, I was confused. Oh my goodness, the Wicked Witch just ruined a lost moment. We just lost Charming, and now she's here to gloat. That is true. Once the curse is enacted, it can't be stopped. So whatever Zelina added to the potion, it's not going to destroy anything, right? He's saying you sacrificed your husband for nothing. You know, he didn't die in vain. The curse is casting, but that doesn't mean she can't spice it up a little bit. So the only reason they forgot who they were was because the Wicked Witch put a memory potion in there. They didn't forget who they were, but they forgot a year of their lives. Oh, pay attention, Regina. This is how you take away a happy ending. So apparently, by doing a memory potion, Snow White's not going to remember that Charming died. And so when they go back to Storybrooke, she's going to endlessly wonder what happened to him and where he might be, always fearing the worst. When someone dies, you know how eventually you feel at peace and you move on. You know you're going to see them again because of the plan of salvation. If your husband dies and you don't even know about it, it's hard to feel peace when you don't even know if they're still alive or if they're dead. And so that was what the Wicked Witch did. She put a memory potion so Snow White would forget that she killed her husband and for the rest of her days spend in deep depression looking for him in Storybrooke. Which I'm glad that's not what actually happened, but that's what she tried to do. And it's kind of sad and just to gloat and ruin a lost moment, kind of like being rude at a funeral. She's like, "Pay attention, sis. This is how you take away a happy ending." Wicked Witch is full on wicked here, really evil. But anyway, and you know the worst part is they're not. You know the curse made it so they wouldn't remember how to defeat Zelina. They wouldn't remember who Zelina is. They don't even know if she's the Wicked Witch. You know, luckily due to Neil and slash Bellfire's death, they did find who the Wicked Witch was and stuff. But so wait, so now we're back in the present, and it wasn't Emma who broke the curse. It was Regina. So after remember Regina was passed out, right? We were hoping she was okay. She was okay. She got up and kissed Henry right away. You know, because he believes in fairy tales and remembers his mom, his stepmom. So all the puzzle pieces are coming together. Snow and Charming. The curse is broken. As soon as Regina shared True Love's kiss, the whole curse is broken. They paid the price of Regina's curse. They killed somebody just so they could get to find so that way they could find Emma because light magic is the only thing that could defeat her. So the only person who has light magic is Emma. So they need to cast the curse just so they can get the story broken, have Emma defeat her with her savior magic. Then Emma asks the question, if both of you cast it, then how are you both still here? So you want to find out how Charming's still alive? We're back to the flashback. So Snow White has an idea. Do you think you can love someone so much that you just need one heart to live? Okay, Malin agrees. So, with Snow White loving Charming so much, what if Snow White took her own heart out and split it in half? Do you think it could be strong enough due to the love they have? Do you think their love can be strong enough to keep them both alive? With Snow White sharing a half a heart and Charming sharing half a heart? That's probably a good idea. right? Maybe you see, it's not a spoiler because it's happening right now. Regina is splitting the heart in half. If it doesn't work, they could both die. So, I mean, I guess we'll see. So it's not dead yet. She puts the hearts back in. Let's see if Charming wakes up. Charming, wake up! Charming, wake up! Oh, maybe it didn't work. He's awake! It worked! Regina even tried to warn her. It might not work. You might both die. But look! Snow White had faith. It's another gospel principle. Have faith. Kind of just relate that to the faith in Jesus Christ or something. Have faith. If your faith is strong enough, the atonement can heal you. If your faith is strong enough, your heart can save another. Hey, wasn't Russell Nilsson a heart surgeon? That's maybe talk to Russell Nilsson in the spirit world. See if one heart can keep two people alive. Maybe not, but that's how fairy tales work. Though Russell Nilsson has probably used other people's hearts, like not half hearts, but whole hearts to save other people's life, like hearts from people that are dead, or like just a heart transplant. Yeah, that just sounds weird. Okay, so now we know what. Now we know everything. We know who cast the curse. We know who broke it, and we know how Charming survived. That wraps up everything. Except we're not going to be. Except there's only a few minutes left, and we don't have enough minutes to defeat the Wicked Witch. So, episode saved for next week. So, Henry, even though he remembers now, and he has his fairy tale memories, he still remembers the when he did forget. He still remembers those moments. So he remembers when he saw Regina and Robin kiss. Just because he got his memories back doesn't mean he erased his newer ones. So. I mean, that's kind of awkward. But now Henry's going to have a stepfather soon named Robin Hood. And Hook would be a stepdad as well to Mary and Emma. Oh my goodness, everyone's mad at Hook because Hook finally told a secret about not necessarily Ariel, but the cursed lip part. He finally told Emma that Zelina kissed her lips, and Regine and it's hard to keep talking when I like this part. He's like, "It is true. I got a message. Who else would send me a message? Who else would tell me to find the savior?" He's kind of yelling at Snow and Charming. So Emma's mad at him because he took Henry and put him on a boat. And Hook said Zelina cursed his lips, and and anyway, he had to do what she said, right? Because otherwise she would kill Henry. Emma was so mad at Hook, for putting Henry's life on the line, right? Not kissing her. And then she's like, "I don't trust you anymore. You're a bad guy." And Snow and Charming, who would probably, who would probably be on Hook's side, right, in the argument, were on Emma's side because they said, "You're right not to trust him. Hook's a bad guy. He lied to us too." You know what he lied to the Charmings about? He lied to the Charmings that he got a message from them saying to go find Emma and break the curse. But Snow and Charming didn't send them a message. But Hook did get one. So who sent Hook a message? Let's find out. In the flashback, the Wicked Witch gives Rumple a memory potion. Now we all know that Rumple lost his memories when the curse was cast. So if Rumple didn't drink the memory potion, we all know Emma did, right? So was it Rumple who gave Hook the message and the potion? As Rumple's about to drink it, remember Bellfire was in his body. So here's Bellfire. Bellfire. He's coming out of. He's separating himself from Rumple. This is weird. This is like me sucking out of Madeline. Ew. I keep using Madeline as an example. So Bellfire comes out. So remember, this flashback was before Bellfire died. It's like getting a flashback of our great grandma that just died. All right. This is back when he/she was alive. Just kidding. This is back when Bellfire was alive. He grabbed a dove and attached the message to the dove. Now, did you know it's one cool thing about Once Upon a Time? Mostly it's Snow and Charming who do it. But did you know you could put a message on a dove and they can deliver it to the right person? Is that how it'd work in real life? Is that how you send mail?
Yep.
You attach it to a dove and they'll deliver it to the right house?
Yep.
Okay. So that's what Neil did. He took it to the Jolly Roger. He told them, go find Captain Hook. Go find Killian Jones. Tell him to go to Storybrooke and find Emma and break the curse. And so that's what he did. Hook. The only reason Hook was never cursed was because he escaped the curse. And then he used a magic bean to get to New York and get Emma back. So now we know everything. Now we know every piece of the puzzle. Oh, by the way, Henry has his memories back. Do you know what that means? Mm-hmm. Operation Cobra. Remember their cursed mission to bring back to believe in fairy tales? We haven't talked about Operation Cobra since season 1, guys. It's been a long time. Operation Cobra is back. Snow White's about to have a baby. Oh no, the baby! It's coming. It's coming. And the episode ends. Unfortunately, we're not going to see Snow White give birth until next episode. Does that mean time is out? That means time is out. Time's out. That means, because remember, Zelena can't cast her time travel spell without the baby, right? But if the baby's coming, time's out. So what's going to happen next week, guys? Is the baby going to come? And is the Zelena going to steal it and cast her time travel spell? Or do you think they're going to defeat her? Guess you have to find out next week. On the Brattlewinds. Just kidding. Okay, it is 9:20. Yeah. Well, Malin, do you have any questions? Because there's no comments. So, all right. So I have good news and bad news, guys. We started, remember how we started Once Upon a Time 5 minutes late? We started at 7:05. Due to that, it is 9:20 instead of 9:15. You know how we usually do 15 minutes of Q&A? We only have 10 minutes because we started 5 minutes late. So, all right, we have 10 minutes to talk, and no one's asking questions. But I do have one thing I'm going to say. So, while I was talking about the flashback, in the present, Henry was, after getting his memories back, he was seeing his father's grave for the first time. Now, here's something that is so sad. So remember when Peter Pan died, how his curse made Emma and Henry go to New York for 1 whole year? You know, Neil didn't die in that year. He died after that year. So what's kind of sad is, you know, everyone got to see Neil one more time except for Henry. Imagine you leave your father, right? Imagine you leave your father for 1 year. And then, do you think you can survive without your father for 1 year?
Yeah.
You can? Okay. So you leave your father for 1 year. You forget. You don't even remember who your father is, okay? You come back home after 1 year not knowing who your father is. Everyone else knows who your father is. And everyone gets to see our dad, Sean, one more time. He dies a couple weeks after you come back home. You talk for a couple weeks, but you don't know he's your father. Only everyone else does, right? So dad dies, right? And then you get your memories back after he dies. Now it is true that you saw him before he died, but you didn't know he was your father, right? So isn't it sad? because it feels like you didn't get to see him one more time?
Yeah.
Because, like, once you get your memories back, when was the last time you knew he was your father? It was before that year, right? Everyone else, the last time they saw Dad was a couple weeks ago, but for you, it was a year and a couple weeks. So that's kind of unfair, huh? That's the worst thing to happen to a kid. Your father dies before you get a chance to know him. That's kind of sad, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, who's better, child or father? Who's better to die? Probably the father, because nothing's worth the loss of a child. So, anyway, I kind of felt bad for Henry, because as I was talking, Henry, there was a scene that was going on where Henry was looking at his father's grave, and through Emma's words, he said he was a great hero. Henry's father was a great hero. It was nice for Henry to at least see the grave, right?
Yep.
Would you go see your father's grave?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but hey, now the curse is broken. We know who casted it. We have all our Oz questions answered. There's only one thing left to do. Defeat the Wicked Witch.
Wow.
We're going to do that next week. So we only have, so guess what? 3 episodes left of the season. And all we have left to do is defeat the Wicked Witch. So only one more Oz week left. And then we're done with Oz.
Wow.
Isn't it weird how Wicked Part 2 is coming out next month?
No.
It's weird for me. It should come out this month because we're going to be done talking about Oz after next Sunday. So it's weird how we're going to say goodbye to Oz and not be talking about Oz when Wicked comes out. It's going to be weird. It's like seeing Elsa and Elphaba dancing together. It's going to be weird. Who wants to see Frozen and Wicked?
Me.
That's weird.
Cool.
All right, we just wasted 5 minutes talking about dead fathers and stuff. Now there's 5 minutes left.
I have a question.
Okay, yes.
How many total episodes are in Once Upon a Time?
Does that include Once Upon a Time in Wonderland?
Yes.
I don't need headphones in. What am I doing? I'm done. Okay. Including Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. What about specials?
Yes.
Okay, 178. All right, any other questions?
Not for me, no.
Not from you? Well, there's one person watching on YouTube right now, and they're not saying anything.
They probably don't have a question either.
And then they just left.
Oh.
They were on for like 2 minutes, and then they jumped back on. Any questions? Any questions from whoever's watching? Oh, no, and then they jumped back off again as I say that.
So cool.
They don't want to say any questions. I'm going to say this in the chat. Questions now, people.
Oh, look how cool that bubble is.
Is it okay if I say questions now, people?
Yeah, sure.
I should say that on Facebook too. The Facebook live chat. Wow, that's kind of cool. It's like a waterbed. Let's see. What was I gonna say again?
It's so fun to be in it.
Questions
Anybody?
now, people. They're probably gonna think I'm being so demanding, huh?
I'll fix my bubble. That bubble.
Wow, there's a glitch on Facebook. Do you want to know what just happened?
What?
It sent my message as if I sent it twice, but then it disappeared. Like it was glitching into 2 messages instead of 1 for a second. But it's now 1. So
There we go. I fixed my bubble.
all right. Well, we still got 5 minutes left. You know, Malin's never stuck around for an entire Once Upon a Time live stream before. Because weren't you here when I started it?
Yep.
You were cleaning my room even before I started it. So you were here longer than the live stream. That's crazy. You know what would be the next challenge? Malin has sat in my room for 3 episodes. But you know how sometimes in a rare occasion we'll do 4? I would want to see Malin stick around for 4 episodes. There's only one problem with that. According to our Once Upon a Time schedule, we're only going to do 4 episodes 2 more times. And that's going to be the beginning of season 4, which is the Frozen arc. Remember? So that's not next week, because next week we're going to finish the Oz arc, right? But it's the week after that. The week after the Back to the Future episode. So it's the basically the Sunday after Halloween. So yeah, so like 2 days after Halloween's over, we're gonna watch 4 episodes, and so you can either come for that, or guess when the next one is? The series finale, the last 4 episodes of season 7. So if you don't come for season 4, we're not going to do 4 episodes all the way until season 7. So from 4 to 7, it's just 3 episodes. That's a long time. Now, Malin should have been here at the beginning of my marathon, because guess what? We did a lot of 4 episodes in season 2. A lot of four sets of episodes. So, I mean, she should have been here for season 2. And then we did 4 episodes of the Wonderland series together once. Oh well, Malin missed out. All right, we got 2.5 minutes left. Oh, guys, Malin doesn't know this, but you know how we started 5 minutes late?
Yeah.
That happens a lot in my live streams. Almost every live stream, I never start on time. I either start 1 minute late, 2 minutes late, 3 minutes late, 4 minutes late, 5 minutes late, and you know what the latest I've started at? No, 10. No, yes, I start my live stream 10 minutes early. So yes, it's been 15 in total before, but like I'm talking about like starting at 7. Like it's been 10 minutes. 7:10 was the latest I ever started. Now that's counting if you start at 6:50. Do you know what the latest I started if you count starting late on live streams? There was 1 week we went to Scott and Amanda's and I couldn't start my live stream till 8. So instead of 7 to 9:30, it was 8 to 10:30. So that's the latest I've actually started. But do you want to know why I said 7:10?
Why?
Because I was talking about the latest, like starting my live stream on time was the latest I started the show, starting my live stream on time. So that's 7:10. The most I talked before the first episode was 20 minutes. So. And okay, one more thing, Malin. Do you know what else sometimes delays our marathon? What if I start the episodes on time, but I talk too much in between episodes? Like, you know how sometimes when the episode's over, I tell them not to start the next one yet because I want to say something? Yeah. Sometimes I say that thing way too long. And so sometimes we'll start right at 7. So I guess I lied. There was a couple times I start on time. I didn't always go late, but I mostly go late. I started right on time, but I talked too much in between. So you know how I'm supposed to end at 9:15 and then talk for 15 minutes and do Q&A? The reason why I keep ending at 9:20, sometimes 9:25, and did you know there's been a time I didn't finish until 9:30? That's like ending right on the dot, No Q&A, right? Do you know what? There was a time I talked in between episodes, and it was like 9:20, 9:25, and I started on time, but I talked too much in between, That's what happened. Well, now it just hit 9:30. So I guess I gotta say goodbye to y'all.
Bye.
I hope you have a great week. Just next week, we're gonna defeat the Wicked Witch, and we're gonna do a Back to the Future. It's actually 2 episodes long, so it's mostly Back to the Future night. So bring your Back to the Future stuff on. Do not watch these movies, though. I know we should never do a Back to the Future remake, but Once Upon a Time is the rare exception. There will never be a Back to the Future 4. Except for Once Upon a Time. Bob Gale, will they argue with that? No. My brothers and sisters like to tease about there being 5, 6, 7, 8 Back to the Future. But no, listen, I believe Back to the Future should be just a trilogy. But that doesn't mean another show can borrow its plot, right? Like, yes, there will never be a remake with another Marty McFly. But do you want to see Emma go back in time and stop her parents from falling in love? Then get them back in love and go back to the future? Don't worry, Doc Brown and Marty are not in Once Upon a Time. They're not fairy tales, okay? But we are getting the first movie. It's all the way back here. Part 1. Let me show you. Part 1 and part musical. There. See? It's the first movie plot. They don't do the sequels. So yes, it's the same plot. You know how Marty goes back in time, stops his parents from falling in love, so he has to get them back together before he erases from existence? That's Emma next week. They did their own Back to the Future episode. Emma stops Snow White and Charming from falling in love, and she has to get them back together. Now, the only difference is, you know how Lorraine falls in love with Marty and gives her son an ancestor kiss. Ew. That's not gonna happen. Charming's not gonna fall in love with Emma, and Snow White's not gonna fall in love with Hook. There's none of that. They don't have the hots for each other. So we're not doing that part of Back to the Future. But the fact of stopping your parents, the grandfather paradox, right? To stop your parents from falling in love is the plot, and that's from Back to the Future. So, and they do say in the show, the writers, they call it their Back to the Future episode. So it is the one remake that I accept, okay? Most people don't accept a Back to the Future remake, but this Once Upon a Time episode is Back to the Future Part 4 worthy. I promise. We're going to watch it next week. Sorry, it's overtime. We were supposed to end the live stream 2 minutes ago, but I just wanted to say that. I'll talk more about Back to the Future on Once Upon a Time next week, though. So I'm going to say goodbye for real this time. Sorry about that. We'll end the live stream now. Sorry for going a couple minutes overtime. Does Malin want to say goodbye one more time before I end it? Bye, y'all. God be with you till we meet again. Wait, I should end Facebook first. So then that way, because the Facebook live streams don't stay on here forever. Only the YouTube ones stay on here. So I want to keep I want most of the seconds to be on the YouTube one, Okay, one more time. Bye. Is Melon gonna say it? Bye. Okay. I ended it. It's over.